everybody, I'm Josh.
And I'm Rachel.
And we just wrapped up an 11-night cruise on Celebrity Beyond. And we took part in almost all of the dining venues. And we want to bring you along with us.
We're going to show you everything, and I mean everything we ate on Celebrity Beyond for the last 11 days. Let's go!
Here we go.
Okay, so here on Celebrity Beyond, there is a plethora of options for food and where to eat. We're going to give you a rundown of all the places and kind of let you know a little bit about each one. The main dining room is broken up into 4 different sections, actually 4 different restaurants called the Cosmopolitan Restaurant, the Cyprus Restaurant, the Normandy Restaurant, and the Tuscan Restaurant. After that, there is paid for options. You can get bar snacks at Craft Social Bar. Eden Restaurant is an additional charge, as well as Fine Cut Steakhouse, Le Grand Bistro, La Petite Chef, La Voyage, Raw on 5, and Rooftop Garden Grill. And then there's a buffet.
Mm-hmm.
Buffet is included in the cost of your cruise fare. It is called Ocean View Cafe, probably one of the best buffets we've ever seen on a cruise.
I would agree. And it is nicely mixed up. There's like different sections so it doesn't get too crowded or too busy.
And then for snacks and coffee, Cafe El Bacio is a place for snacks and coffee. Eden Cafe, it also serves breakfast and lunch depending on the day.
Does have limited hours, whereas Cafe Al Bacio is almost all the time.
Yep. Il Secondo Bacio, I believe, is just coffee. The Masked Grill is also included in your cruise fare. It is burgers and hot dogs and french fries.
On the pool deck.
Yep. The Pizza Station, which is part of the Ocean View Cafe, but towards the back. And it is open from like noon till late, so who knows. Scoops, which is included in your cruise fare, is a ice cream station, including soft serve ice cream. And then the Spa Cafe, they have both included items and additional charge items.
It tends to be more on the healthy side, but going back to Scoops Cafe, there is 2 spots for soft serve ice cream. One is over at Mass Grill, and then the other one is at Scoops, which Scoops also has hard ice cream that you scoop out.
Yes. And last, but certainly not least, is room service. We did not partake in room service this time, but I do know there is some free options for morning and some service charge options for lunch and dinner. There are 2 additional restaurants that we did not get to experience while on the Celebrity Beyond, and that's simply because we were not in Aqua Class or in a suite. If you're in an Aqua Class room, you get access to Blue, which is a restaurant, and if you're in a suite, you get access to Lumine. All right, everything we ate on day 1.
Good evening.
It was a great food day.
It is the end of the day. Our goal is to do this at the end of every day. All right, so day 1, we ate at the buffet.
We did.
My favorite bite was the butter chicken with some lemon rice.
At the buffet, right? That's what we're talking
Yes,
about.
which I also had some pizza, some calzone.
My favorite bite was this, I want to call it like kind of a Cuban sandwich. It was
like a Cuban, yeah.
fantastic.
It was like a ham and cheese panini that was in the Cuban realm.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And then we also got some quick bites from Cafe El Bacio. The egg salad there, do not sleep on it. If you like egg salad at all,
Yeah, much
damn,
better.
that's good.
Much better than you would expect. We also had some cake there, but the cake was not as good as the egg sandwich.
And by we, Josh means he. I don't do cake unless I have to.
You had a tart.
I did
And
have
you
a
did not
chocolate
like
tart.
that as much as the egg sandwich
No.
either.
And then dinner.
Dinner. Eden.
Eden.
Eden, 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 Eden.
Go.
So
Just
damn
go.
good. All right, Eden had probably our like 5 best bites of the day.
If they can be beat the rest of this cruise, I'll be surprised.
I would be shocked too. So I started with the gnocchi, you started with the risotto.
Hands down, the 2 best dishes of the night.
So dang good.
Until we got to
Well,
the
no,
main course.
I disagree. They ended up being
yeah.
our favorite bites of the day.
They were.
But the gnocchi I thought was amazing. You thought the risotto was amazing. I thought both of them were great.
And then I had shrimp, Josh had a crab cake. That crab cake was delectable.
Yeah, I thought the crab cake was better than the shrimp. And then the
Mains.
lamb versus the beef / short rib Wellington.
They were all good, but that lamb.
The lamb was better than the beef.
And then the lamb had this also like stuffing, potato stuffing. I don't know.
It was interesting.
It was amazing.
And then we had a butterscotch creme brulee, which had carrots and carrot puree.
And it shouldn't be good, but it was so damn good.
Yep. And then I had like almost like a strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
Which
with
was
the vanilla
good.
ice cream, it was decent.
The butterscotch I think was better, but all of it paled in comparison to our risotto and gnocchi course.
If you're on Celebrity Beyond,
get at least one of them.
To Eden.
Yeah, get at least one of them.
There.
Get both of them. You can get 2 appetizers, 1 entree, and 1 dessert. Make sure to get those 2 pasta apps though.
Yeah.
Let's
go.
We'll see you tomorrow. Hello, welcome to day 2.
Day 2.
It was fancy night.
Chic.
Yeah.
It's chic
We
night.
still have our clothes, our fancy clothes on at 11:40. That's impressive.
And we came back and we have some flowers in our room, so it has to be chic night. She's fancy.
But this is the food video. So for breakfast this morning, I ended up going to the Spa Cafe. I was pretty let down. I had a piece of avocado toast and a plate of fruit.
And I went there as well after my pedicure and manicure and ended up with a peanut butter banana bagel and a turkey wrap with a whole lot of raw kale in it.
Yeah.
Was not happy with either one of those either. So
after that, we went to Cafe Al Baccio and had a
sugar brioche, a pistachio croissant, and a cheese Danish.
I thought the cheese Danish was awesome. It was many layers. It was delicious. The pistachio croissant was good. It was not inside of it though, so it's just all on top.
I loved the pistachio cream, but I wanted it inside there.
Yeah.
And then the brioche, sweet brioche was a nice little bun.
It was a sweet bun.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. And then for lunch, we went to Le Grand Bistro, which is an a la carte restaurant, which apparently becomes Le Petit Chef afterwards.
Yeah.
And we're going there,
tomorrow night.
For dinner. I thought that the escargot was probably the best escargot I've ever had.
I would have to agree with that.
It was delicious. It had this puff pastry. It had tons of different escargot in this like creamy garlic salty sauce. So good.
Yeah, and then my appetizer was a crepe. It was filled with some kind of cheese. I don't know what kind, and I couldn't find it on the menu. But the crispiness of the crepe was
great
really
texture.
Nice. Yeah, it was really a good crepe.
Yeah.
And then I had a turkey and brie baguette. It was okay. And I've talked about this many times with Josh today already about it. If I wouldn't have had a sandwich on embarkation day in the Ocean View Cafe, I would have had nothing to compare it to. And my sandwich in Ocean View Cafe was spectacular. So this one was just, it was good. I really liked the presentation.
I thought the bread
really
was really good, but it's a turkey sandwich. Yeah. It's hard to really uplift that.
Yeah.
But the double cheese truffle cheeseburger was amazing.
Yeah, it was really
so freaking good.
And so were the fries that came with it.
Yes, I definitely recommend you check that out. And then for dinner.
Yes, dinner.
Le Voyage. Hits and misses.
We started with 3 different appetizers. One was a peanut crusted prawns.
Yeah, which was
in a tamarind
it was
sauce?
like a Thai style.
Yeah.
So I was not expecting a Thai style dish, so I was thrown off already from that. And then the next was a steak tartare, which was delicious. Mm-hmm. Could have used maybe almost like a potato chip or something to like just be a little bit more crispy to it.
Yeah, it had some kind of crisp with it, but I couldn't figure out the flavor, and it actually didn't have any flavor.
But it was good.
But
it was very good. And then probably the best one was the
Alaska king crab salad.
Yeah. Which had some mango, had some radishes, had some avocado in it.
Yeah,
and it's just a lot of good fresh crab.
Yeah, it was really good.
Our entrees were a miss.
They were. I got the duck, which ended up looking more like a duck Wellington, which was kind of like a meatball in a nice croissant, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't really like the flavoring of it. I didn't eat all of mine.
Yeah, and it was just okay to me. I ate it, but it was a texture thing for me. So.
Yeah, and then I had the lamb, which came with eggplant. The eggplant was
gross.
Yeah, it wasn't really my style. I'm not a big eggplant person anyway.
But it was mush.
It was very mushy, and so I wasn't a big fan of it. The lamb was decent, but I thought that the lamb was better at Eden. It was more tender.
Agreed.
So this was a little bit tough. It had some good flavors to it, though. It had like a pistachio crumble. It had
a couple of sauces. Oh, a tzatziki sauce was on there.
And the other sauce was a romesco, I believe, which is like red bell pepper, tomato, I believe. Yeah. But none of the flavors were crazy strong. The best thing was probably the lobster risotto.
Yeah, and to me it needed to be hotter.
Yeah, like
it just wasn't cooked
10 degrees hotter. Like it just came out. It was a little too close to room temperature for our liking. For dessert, I did the millefeuille. I'm saying that wrong probably, but it had like a passion fruit cream, and then it had some pineapple and kumquats. It was delicious.
It was good. And I had rice pudding. I'd been looking forward to it. It had sliced peaches and pistachios. It was decent. It just didn't hit the spot for me, and that was okay.
Yep. And that was it.
Yeah.
End of day 2.
That was day 2.
See you tomorrow. Good evening from the buffet. There's a story to that.
Yeah.
It is day 3. We started our morning by eating breakfast in the buffet.
And I started with muesli, some fresh fruit, bacon, sausage, French toast, and a couple pieces of bread.
And I did muesli, 2 hard-boiled eggs, some bacon, and a piece of pork sausage. I thought it was all good.
Yeah, and I don't think we went back for seconds. It was just like a perfect amount.
I don't think so either. It was like a good amount of food offered also. For lunch, we ended up at the Mass Grill, where we both got bacon cheeseburgers. I did some grilled onions. You did some mushrooms.
And fresh French fries. Those
And
French fries were great.
A strawberry ice cream cone. It's not great, but it is great for at a pool.
Yeah, and it is the only place on this ship that you can go with pool wear on.
Yes. And then for dinner, lots of disappointment for us. We did Le Petit Chef, which we have never done before.
Yeah,
We knew going into it that the menu was set.
very limited.
Yeah, but the portions and what you got, I think, was pretty disappointing. So you start off with a burrata salad, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's a decent burrata, some arugula, and some balsamic, as well as cherry tomatoes. Straightforward, simple.
Yep.
For the next course, you get a bouillabaisse, which has a clam, a mussel, a scallop, a shrimp,
And a piece of fish of some sort.
and a piece of fish. I thought it was good. I ate all of mine.
I thought it became one note, so I didn't eat all of mine.
Yeah, you didn't eat the fish or all of the soup. I thought it was decent. Like nothing specifically stood out though. Like you were saying, one note.
Yeah.
The next course was the lobster, which the lobster was good.
It was really good. It had a nice buttery sauce with some mini potato chips.
Yeah,
And some caviar on it.
We
It was good.
almost felt like it would be better as a appetizer because there was zero side to it. It was just lobster in some sauce and 5 to 6 baby potato chips.
Yep.
But that was our main.
And then one scoop ice cream.
Yeah, it says hot fudge sundae with nuts. So I was expecting like a old school diner, like giant one. Nope, it was one scoop that was already kind of melting.
Yeah.
Some whipped cream, some hot fudge, which wasn't hot.
Yeah. With a little bit of nuts on it.
Yeah, so we were very disappointed. I will say, I don't want to put any blame on the staff.
No.
I feel like the concept is just not a good concept.
Yeah.
So not a fan of it personally.
Yeah, one and done for us.
Yeah, and the interaction with the AV piece where you've got the little chef on your table, it's neat, but you're done with it in about 5 minutes because there's zero interaction. It's just you watch a movie and then you eat your food.
Yep.
So instantly afterwards, we came up to the buffet. It's 10 p.m.
Grabbed a couple pieces of pizza.
Yep.
You can't go wrong.
Had
with
some
pizza.
pepperoni pizza, some cheese pizza, and then there's chicken 65, which is a spicy fried chicken.
Yeah, they actually have late night bites at the buffet, so you can get some
Yeah.
snacks and desserts.
I made myself a slider out of the chicken with some rosemary focaccia, and you had some tapioca
Pearls.
nut pudding. Yeah.
It was good. It was decent. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the end of day 3. All right, good evening. It is night 4.
Yes.
We started our breakfast today in the buffet. We both had egg sandwiches. I did sausage. You did
Ham.
ham and English bacon, I think.
Yep.
I did eggs over medium, and it was good.
Yeah. It was a decent breakfast sandwich at the buffet.
Yep. And then we ate in Colombia today. So then when we got back on the ship, we ended up having some snacks down at Cafe Al Baccio.
Those chocolate chip cookies were delicious.
The baby chocolate chip cookies,
Yeah.
not the big ones. If you see the really tiny ones, you should definitely try to get them.
Yeah.
And then tonight we ended up eating in Cyprus, which we probably think might be our best main dining experience ever on any cruise ship.
Agreed. It was delicious. Absolutely delicious.
Yeah, so we ended up starting with the
Escargot, the tzatziki plate, or the Greek plate,
the Greek plate.
and octopus. Grilled octopus.
All of them were delicious.
Yep.
Yep. And then we moved into our mains, which we did pretty much everything on the
Greek
Cyprus
side.
specific dining options.
Yep.
Which was the lamb, the short rib, and
The pasta.
the pasta.
All of them were delicious. My favorite
Yeah.
of all three of them was the lamb, but that's the one I started out on.
Yeah, and I loved the short rib.
rib.
I thought the lamb was a little overpowering, but it was super tender. It was delicious.
Yeah, it was so
Even
good.
the pasta was fine. It was
Yeah.
handmade. I liked it.
Yeah, it was all good.
And then dessert-wise, we ended up with 3 desserts because that's what the guy...
Our waiter said we should.
Yeah, he said we should do it. So I thought the Bananas Foster's was best.
Yeah, we did the Greek one, which was like a cream cheese Danish type thing.
Like a phyllo dough.
Yeah, and then
The ice cream on that was interesting because it was like yogurt.
frozen yogurt.
Not like frozen yogurt, but
Yeah.
like frozen yogurt.
Yeah, it was quite bizarre.
Yeah.
And then we did the cafe pot de creme or something like that. I really liked that one.
It was very good. I thought it was a little bit too strong on the coffee side.
Yeah.
But it was delicious. I thought it was a good day of eating here
Yeah.
on the Celebrity Beyond.
Yeah, and all of it for no extra charge.
Boom. All right, welcome back. It is now day 6. We passed out
So
way too early last night, so we did not touch base.
Yeah.
Yesterday for breakfast, we went to the buffet.
It's come to be our spot.
It kind of has. I have really found what I'm getting, which is a lot of the time, it is 2 eggs over easy, some sausage, some cheese, and white toast, and I make a sandwich.
Yep. I had yesterday a conglomeration of stuff. I found blueberries, so I had a blueberry crepe, a blueberry stuffed French toast, a waffle. They're all little pieces. They're like half there. I made my own self a breakfast burrito, which was really tasty. I really enjoyed that. I maybe found some fruit. Tried some cantaloupe, but it wasn't ripe.
And I did have some
Muesli.
which they have a big muesli station. It's really good. For lunch, we were gone. We were out on the Panama Canal,
Yep.
and we came back just in time for dinner at Tuscan, which was our first time. And it basically made us realize we probably don't need the specialty dining package because after our 2 times at the main dining room, which we have it again tonight, so we'll see.
Yep.
But we loved it. So we started off the dinner. Both of us got a salad. You had a really good pumpkin salad.
Yeah, mine was a pumpkin burrata. It was really delicious.
And I did a Caesar salad. It was very basic.
Yeah, but it's still fresh.
Yeah, and then it had some fish croquetas, which were really good, nice fried, nice and warm.
Crispy. Mm-hmm.
And then we both went for pork for the main.
Yeah, I did the pork schnitzel, which is the first time I've ever seen it that just had a chef's special, which was kind of fun.
Yeah, and the only thing we were saying about that was it would have been nice if it had like a little brown gravy or something with it.
Yeah.
It did come with some white cabbage, which we did not eat.
Yep.
And then I did the pork chop, which the pork chop I thought was really good.
It was like
you
a
had a couple
grilled pork
bites.
chop, right?
Yeah, you had a couple bites you weren't the biggest fan of.
Yeah.
But then it came with a grain. I can't remember what the grain was, but it was really good. It had a nice spice to it. And then the carbonara.
Wow.
Carbonara was great.
It was so good.
I was saying to Rachel, I think that is what homemade mac and cheese should be like.
Yeah.
It did come with some nice crispy bacon lardons.
And a poached egg on top.
And a poached egg on top.
Mhm.
For dessert, we did,
I did the cannoli, and we shared a creme brulee.
and then I had a millefeuille, which was Chiquita banana with chocolate custard. That was a little too chocolatey for me.
Yeah, the cannolis were delicious.
Yeah,
They were
creme brulee was good. It was nice. It was good crisp on top, but I thought the cannoli was the best dessert. And then for breakfast this morning, I got an egg sandwich again. This time I swapped out the sausage for bacon, though.
And I went with Josh's egg sandwich today, and I did bacon as well. I also had some pineapple and some muesli.
Oh, I did change it up, and I did have a dessert bread, and I thought it was delicious. It was like a cinnamon, very doughy,
Yep.
And I like an undercooked bread, so this was perfect for me. It was not overly sweet though. Threw a little bit of butter on there and it was awesome.
Yeah, and you also had muesli too.
Of course. All right, we were doing really good at doing this at the end of the day for many days, but now it's day 7. We did not do it last night. We did eat at Cosmopolitan. We did not have lunch yesterday. We just had breakfast.
We just had breakfast. So last time you saw us was breakfast, and now it's dinner time.
So at Cosmopolitan, we did a huge order.
Yeah, we decided we were really hungry. We also spent...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started with shrimp cocktail and escargot. The escargot is very good. It is just a nice garlicky butter. And the shrimp cocktail was pretty simple. Not the largest shrimps. A little bit of spice to the cocktail sauce, which I enjoy.
Yeah, we also had a bread service. This time their 3 butters was butter, lemon chive butter or something like that, and then hummus, and it was really good too.
They had a nice yeast roll. I ate both of them.
Yeah, before I could even start eating.
I offered it.
For my appetizer, I went with a wedge salad. The thing I really got to say about this is they drizzled the dressing right at table size, so I didn't get too much. Loved that. And I also got the yellow corn soup.
Which I thought the corn soup with the bread was amazing.
It was really good. Really, really good. The only disappointment I had is I've seen a different presentation on it that I was kind of hoping for. Makes it a little prettier, but it still tasted really good. And then for dinner, we shared the rigatoni bassiola. I think that's how you say that.
Which we thought was fine, but I think since we had the carbonara the night before in Tuscany, it didn't compare. It was just like, it felt like a store-bought Alfredo, and then there was a random collection of things.
Mixture of things.
There was peas, arugula, tomatoes,
mushrooms,
prosciutto.
Yeah, it was just weird.
Yeah, it just didn't work for us.
And then I had the chef's special, which was chicken cordon bleu. It was probably one of the fanciest chicken cordon bleus I've ever eaten. It actually felt like they hand rolled it out because it was pretty uneven getting the cheese and cheese and ham inside the chicken.
Yeah,
but it was really
the
crispy.
inner side had like a great formed chicken around the cheese and ham.
Yeah.
But then the outside had just flat fried chicken.
Yeah, but it was amazingly good. It was very crispy and very moist chicken. It was delicious.
And then I did the oxtail royale, which was super rich.
Oh man, it was rich.
Like, it's super good, but it was also so rich that you were... Initially, I was like, man, this is a really small portion. That's good.
Yeah, it was okay.
It didn't need to be any larger than that. So when you get it, don't get too fearful of it. Although there is a very small amount of sides, which was baby carrots and trumpet mushrooms. So you might want additional stuff because there is no sides.
Yeah. Then for dessert, we each had a scoop of the frozen yogurt, which was pina colada, and a scoop of the pistachio ice cream. And then we did the carrot cake.
We didn't like the carrot cake. I know I've seen a lot of people do carrot cake. I thought it was a little bit dry.
Yeah.
But the pistachio ice cream was the best out of that.
Yeah.
And then for breakfast this morning, we went to Eden Cafe for the first time, and it was a delight.
Delicious. I had the steak and egg and cheese bagel and a cinnamon roll, and the cinnamon roll is the star.
Yeah.
Oh, I had muesli too.
Yeah, and the cinnamon roll is, it's nice and warm, and it's glazed.
Yeah.
And it's not dense like a cinnamon roll. It's more like a croissant. Love that.
Yeah.
I did all the same stuff as Rachel, but I also got a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich, which is the largest sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich you'll ever see in your life because the sausage is that thick.
It is so thick. It's
we
ridiculous.
just laughed when we saw it. It was crazy. Probably would go for the bacon next time because the sausage should be about half the size. It's just crazy.
But Eden, don't sleep in on that one because the hours are limited, but you should definitely get to Eden.
It's beautiful, and there's like nobody there.
Yeah.
Later.
Breakfast in Eden. Really liked the cinnamon rolls yesterday, so got it again. And then this has banana, Nutella, and slivered almonds.
And then I just got a yogurt parfait with berries, and it looks like granola.
Yeah. And for breakfast mains, we both ended up with the bacon, egg, and cheese focaccia breakfast sandwich. And then the steak, egg, and cheese for me. Rachel's got the bacon. Because the sausage is ridiculous. Go back to yesterday's video if you don't believe that.
Yeah. Easily one of my favorite snacks here on Celebrity Beyond, found at Cafe El Bacio. These little mini chocolate chip cookies and the egg salad sandwich.
Snack time.
All right, catching up. It's been a few days.
Yeah.
We did really good for a while, just doing this all the time. But it is now the final day, and we have one meal left.
Yes.
But let's catch up on days 9, 10, and half of 11.
Yeah.
All right, so day 9, we were in Bon Air that day. So we did go and grab a little bit of breakfast. We went to the buffet because Eden
We
Cafe.
really liked it.
Yeah, well, and Eden Cafe was good, but it ended up being where it's a very limited selection.
Yeah.
So we were ready to go back to the buffet. I ended up getting an omelet from the omelet station, an English muffin, pork sausage, cottage cheese.
I found a coconut Danish and a pineapple Danish, and then I went for 2 eggs and 2 pieces of toast. Pretty simple. I think
Yeah.
I added some bacon and went back for a waffle.
I did too. After I saw her waffle, I decided I needed some as well.
Yeah, it was
And I thought
pretty
they were
good.
decent. What's not to like about an omelet station? I think as long as you have one of those, you're generally good.
Yeah, and they're doing fresh eggs, like they have an egg station. So
They
you can
do.
your...
Dinner that night, we did get them to switch for us. So we did end up making it to Normandy, which was our 4th of the main dining room. So we were able to try all of them. We both started with the baked brie. We did realize you should probably share baked brie.
It's very, very
It's a
rich.
lot of cheese. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
delicious. We ate all of it.
Oh, yeah,
But
because
we
it was on
probably
my plate.
should have.
Well,
Yeah.
we shouldn't have, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a phyllo dough outside and then just a ooey gooey cheese on the
Yeah.
inside. What's not to like? Then after that, you did a Caesar salad,
Yep.
and I did it was a very French word. Basically, it was like baked scallops in a cream and mushroom sauce with some breadcrumbs on top. I thought it was okay. I don't know that I would get it again, though.
Yeah, it was decent, but it's not repeatable.
For entree, we did beef and kraut, which is basically like beef Wellington.
Yeah.
The special that night, it kind of seemed weird eating it in Normandy, but it was like a very American backyard.
Yeah.
It was pork ribs with sweet potato fries and corn on the cob.
Yeah.
And
It was good.
it was
Very good.
better than it should have been, I
Oh,
think.
I agree.
We were wondering if maybe like the outdoor garden grill, like just
Rooftop garden grill.
Rooftop garden grill wasn't busy enough, so they were giving some extras away.
Yeah.
So it was fine.
It was good
Yeah.
for me. I was fine.
And then we also had a short ribbed creamy polenta with peas and carrots.
Yeah. It was decent, too.
Yeah, it was good. We enjoyed it.
We did skip dessert that night.
Look at us, adults.
The next day, we did go to Eden for lunch. We kind of slept in and missed breakfast.
We did.
So we did Eden for lunch. We each had a salad. I think mine was like a basic steak, Southwest beef salad is what it was called.
Yeah, mine
with
was
a honey mustard dressing.
Spinach and Roquefort. You added a little bit of chicken to it, and there was some
Yeah.
balsamic dressing.
Yeah,
It was fine. It ate dry, though.
yeah. And then we had seafood chowder, and then we both did pork sliders.
Yep.
They were pretty good.
Those were good. I mean, anything on a Hawaiian roll, hot, is good.
Yeah. And then we did a chicken pesto sandwich, which was probably my favorite from lunch that day.
Yeah, it was definitely good. It's like chopped up chicken,
Yeah.
but it's on that focaccia bread. It was really good.
And then we went to Scoops for some ice cream.
Yeah, Scoops is awesome.
I love that place. Yeah.
You know, I love ice cream on cruise ships, but this is even better because you get the soft serve, but you can also get all the scoops of different types, and then they do have like Reese's
Toppings.
Pieces,
Peanut butter
M&Ms. I'm seeing a lot of people put jelly beans on theirs, which is so weird to me.
and sprinkles, and
Yeah.
then they had like caramel syrup, strawberry syrup, and chocolate syrup. So you
Yeah.
can truly make a sundae.
Yeah, so
Okay.
check out Scoops for sure if you
Yeah.
want that. And then for dinner last night, we did change. We were originally going to do raw on 5, but we were able to change to Eden because we had such a good time the first night, and we had a just as good or better time the last night.
I agree. I think it was even better.
Loved it. Everything from the roll all the way to the end.
Yeah.
So our waitress basically got us almost the entire menu.
Yep. We ate a lot.
Yeah, we ordered half of this and she brought extras. So we started off with the shrimp dish, which I think we had the first night.
Yeah.
Crab cake, which was amazing.
Super
I
good.
love the crab cake. There's almost no filler at all to that.
Yeah.
and then some red snapper ceviche, which you
was
loved.
my all-time favorite. Yeah, of those 3 dishes, that one was my favorite.
All-time favorite of those 3
Well, we had 8 dishes.
for that one meal.
Yeah. It's like we had 8 dishes.
Yeah, we basically had 2 courses of appetizers
Yeah.
because the next course was sheep's milk gnocchi and mushroom risotto.
And I loved both of them, but I would order that mushroom risotto every single day.
I would order the gnocchi every single day, and I would eat the risotto every single day though too. It was so
They're
good.
that good.
And then our entrees, we had filet mignon with beef short rib Wellington, lobster casserole, which the waitress brought us because we were contemplating it, and then bronzino.
That bronzino was
Shockingly
spectacular.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had like a bread crusting on top.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Yeah, it was great. And then we did finish off with lemon tart and butterscotch creme brulee and some petit fours. I thought they were good. I feel like desserts in general we haven't been overwhelmed with here.
Right. I mean, nothing like has stood out saying we need to go back for just that.
No.
So that's okay.
And then final day, we started off with a very nice casual breakfast. We just went to Cafe Al Baccio, got a pistachio latte, and we had some croissants, a couple cheese danishes, and a babka roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All very good.
Very simple.
Mhm.
And then we intended to just go get some pizza at the buffet.
Before we went to the pool. But the pool deck was packed, so we didn't think it
Yeah.
was going to be that busy in the buffet. And then
It was
was
the busiest I've
crazy.
ever seen. Any buffet, ever. And so we're like, something must be going on. Let's get some stuff. There's a huge line. Let's stand in line.
stand in line.
So there was a bunch of peel and eat shrimp, which was big shrimp.
Yeah,
So we
very
did
good.
get that. And then all of a sudden we went crazy.
Yeah.
Pork rib, fried chicken, chicken fajita, vegetable samosa, cheese, nachos, chicken tikka masala, pizza, beef top round, and on top of it they had the most impressive display of cakes
yeah,
I may have seen before.
they were beautiful.
So even Rachel, who hates cake, got 4 pieces of cake.
They were small.
And then the display of fruits was amazing.
Oh, the fruit was so beautiful.
And so we had probably like 8 different exotic fruits also.
Yeah.
So our small lunch became giant.
And we would not stand in line for ice cream, so we're going to have to go back there after dinner.
Yep. But we do have 1 meal left, so we'll probably bring you with us along, because I doubt we're going to end up doing a scene like this, so you're just going to have to see it in the steakhouse.
That's right.
Which is an extra cost one, and it is our final meal. All right, good news. We got a booth. All right, welcome to the steakhouse. We ended up with one of the fancy booths.
I love it.
Yeah, we chose this over the window seat.
It's gonna be dark,
It
and
is.
then no one's gonna care about the window
This
seat.
is so cool. And look, we're overlooking the
Martini.
martini bar. Let's take a look at this menu though. You got some lobster, you got some tuna, you got some crab cake, you got some salads, some bacon. That is a good looking starter menu. Entrees, you can do some fish, some lobster, some chicken, lamb, prime beef, risotto, but you know we're gonna get some steak. We are big steak eaters. We are gonna push our limits and see if we can get 2 of these premium cuts, or what it would cost to do. And then I love that you can get your sauces. Might have to get a few of those. And then some sides. It's a good looking menu. It's a great looking venue. And our drinks were free from the elite drink program. Cheers.
I hope it's warm. Oh, it is.
All right, dinner starts off with a nice warm roll. That's a pull apart. Let's see if that butter does it.
I think there's.
Oh, not spreadable butter.
No, but I think there's salt on that roll too.
I think so. All right, we did just scare our waitress with how much we ordered, but you know what?
She
If
doesn't know us.
Yeah, if they tell us that we can do 2 of the premium steaks, we're doing it. So,
That's right.
Yeah, we got the dry aged steak going for Rachel, which is a New York strip, and then I asked for the tomahawk. I'm like, I get it. You say normally for 2, but
I promise we'll eat it.
yeah, you told me that we can do 2 of these.
Yeah, you said 2 appetizers each, and you said 2 entrees. So we did.
Yes.
And I think we got 4 sides.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
Starting off, the crab cake, I cut it thinking I was cutting it on camera, my bad. But you can see the inside is no filler, basically. Nice, crispy. And then we also have,
The gnocchi, and it looks like it's got prosciutto and either some kind of crumb or bacon on it. I'm not 100% sure.
Looks good
But it
though.
looks delicious.
All right.
All right, so we also got the lobster cocktail, which looks like a fruit plate and lobster.
It does. Yeah,
Looks
this was
good.
highly recommended by our waitress.
Yeah, and then I got the burrata tomato salad. I don't know what all that is.
That is interesting looking. Like
Yeah.
deconstructed, that's what I'm going to say. You might as well pour
Do you
that.
think I should just pour this
Yep.
on it?
It's probably like the balsamic, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
It's a big chunk of cheese, which is always a good thing.
that's right.
We said we like to push our limits. This is your tomahawk steak. Looks beautiful.
It does look
And
beautiful.
a nice medium rare. This is our mac and cheese. Some Parmesan fries. Gross fungus over there.
They look delicious. They'll go great with my New York strip.
With your dry aged New York strip.
Yep, and then a baked potato.
Yeah. But check out this big boy. Oh.
That looks good.
Yeah, she was a little nervous doing it, but we promised her that we're strong eaters. After that much food, you know you gotta try some desserts.
Gotta
Here.
do some filler.
Yeah,
You gotta
slightly
Fill
enough.
that in.
Yeah, before the meat sweats kick in, you should probably have some ice cream sundae, I think. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have.
And like any reasonable adults, after that much food, we decided to share one dessert. So this is a hot fudge. I don't see the fudge, but do you?
No.
It said hot fudge caramel, Neapolitan ice cream. You can see there's a wafer cracker and some chocolate shreds and almonds.
Almonds.
All right, and just like that, we have eaten at as many places as we possibly could on an 11-day cruise here on Celebrity Beyond. I have two questions for you. One is, what were your standout dishes? And two is, would you do specialty dining again?
All right, standout dishes. I picked one from a paid restaurant, a free restaurant, and a snack spot.
Okay.
So from the paid restaurant, I did the truffle risotto. Is that right?
I think it was a mushroom risotto,
risotto?
but same thing.
From Eden. So good. From the free restaurant, the carbonara at Tuscan. That thing
was really good.
Stand out delicious. And then those mini chocolate chip cookies at Cafe El Baccio. They're delicious.
And I did something similar, but I picked 3 from specialty dining and 1 from free.
Yeah.
So my free option is the pizza. I thought the pizza was really good.
Delicious.
It doesn't always look the most impressive, but I swear to God, it's pretty damn good.
And I think the hard part about the pizza is the location, because we would have eaten it more had we
Yeah.
had it at midnight.
Yeah, we were talking about how on Royal Caribbean, Sorrento's is always like right in the middle of everything, so it's so easy to eat. Whereas this, you have to go up to deck 14, you have to go to the very back of the ship, all the way through the
Buffet.
all the way through the buffet, which is at the opposite end of the ship for us. So we just didn't do it a lot.
Yeah.
As far as my favorite dishes, though, the escargot at Le Grand Bistro, along with the double truffle burger
That thing was so good too.
at Le Grand Bistro. Le Grand Bistro, like, overperformed.
Yeah, it did do good.
And then the goat milk gnocchi at Eden.
Yeah,
Eden,
you did like that.
Eden was so good, and we've talked about... Okay, actually, now let's talk about specialty dining. Because we did book on Celebrity Apex later this year.
Yeah.
Which I believe is the same class ship.
Yeah. I would say I want to do one specialty dining restaurant. I'd go back to Eden in a heartbeat, as long as it's on the ship.
Yeah.
I haven't looked to see if it's on the ship.
Yeah, I believe it is, because I think that it's the same class. If it is, I could do either 1 night or 3-night option and still do Eden every time.
Yeah, but otherwise, I really do believe the included options, included in your cruise fare options,
Yeah.
are well worth it. And I could actually go a 7-night cruise and not do a specialty dining restaurant.
Yeah, we've seen where we feel like on Royal Caribbean, the specialty dining is that much step above, whereas here on Celebrity, we felt like it was pretty close.
Yeah.
So we would probably save our money.
And I would definitely not sleep on those main dining rooms.
I
They
agree.
were great.
Yep.
They were really, really good options.
All right, on that note, we're going to go up to the solarium for the very first time because it was so damn busy this whole trip.
Yeah.
And we are going to just hang out by ourselves. If you're enjoying our videos, though, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe.
You can also follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. All our links are down below.
See you later.